eBayers, this is Suzanne and I have my January 2025 sales update video for you. As always, the purpose of my sales update videos are to show you that I am a real seller just like you. I'm out there treasure hunting, listing, shipping, working with customers, and this is the follow through on my sold items, which really is the most important part of reselling, focusing on what's sold so you can do more of that. I'll show you my sold items, the numbers I track, and items I found and listed since the last sales update video. So here we go. I'm going to show you my numbers provided by eBay under the Performance tab, and you go down and click Sales, and then you can choose your time frame. So we're looking at January of 2025. And this is my total sales, which includes taxes and shipping. So yes, sales were down, but that's January for you. Sometimes this happens. If your sales were down in January, just accept that December is often our best month, depending on what you sell, and eBay is cyclical, which is why keeping records is so important. So you can look back and see how the sales cycles change throughout the year and keep your confidence that sales will come back. Sometimes this happens. I sold 84 items in January, which was also down from the prior time period, December. But my focus isn't really on how many items I'm selling, but my profit, how much money I keep. So let's take a look at some items I sold. And these sales are in ascending order, so starting with the lowest going to the highest. I'm not showing you all 84 items because that would be extremely monotonous and boring. So these are some highlights. And I want you to notice how many items are not clothing. That used to be my main focus, but I am really working hard on transitioning to other kinds of products, and it is working. I do like accessories, so these gloves, I paid $2.63 for those at Goodwill. I took an offer of $18.50. My profit was $14.18. I really do like the smalls simply because they are small, don't take up much room to store, and are very easy to ship. And gloves sell all year. They go around the world. Because remember, the seasons are opposite in the southern hemisphere, so if you have it listed, it could sell at any time. Okay, still working through the goggles I bought last fall. These are Speedo BioFuse fitness goggles. I paid $2.22 for these, took an offer of $20. Profit was $16.08. And I love these kinds of items I can buy in quantity, new in the package, for inexpensive price because this is such an easy flip. $16 profit, and it took me a minute or so to pack it up and ship it. So very easy and cost effective. Okay, another thing I love selling are loveys. This is Aiden and Anise, and I paid $3.57 for this. It was at like a boutique thrift store, so sometimes I can get them for 25 cents, but I knew this brand would sell because it's a higher end brand. Sold for $22. My profit was $16.22. Vintage linens. I bought this lot at an estate sale. It was $6.50. Took an offer of $25. Profit was $16.34. This is a Paula Young wig topper. I paid $1 for this at a garage sale last summer. It sold for full asking price of $19.97. Profit $17.58. So, yes, I do sell a lot of wigs, a lot meaning a few a month. I have recently added a wig course to the premium library, so you can see there are 3 lessons. It's about 45 minutes worth of education, why people buy these online, all about the world of wigs that you may not know about, um, describing the parts of a wig, what keywords to use to attract buyers to your listing, and then washing, photographing, and shipping. So, a lot of great information if you have not delved into this category. It is profitable, and you can see I've been selling these on eBay for about 3 or 4 years now. So, it's something I always look for out in the wild. Okay, moving on. This is a Monster Energy beanie. I paid 25 cents for this at a garage sale and it sold for full asking of $19.97. My profit was $17.70. Okay, an LL Bean denim dress, and I picked this up because it's modest, it's functional, it's high quality denim, so I can see a woman wearing this around the house to do housework, gardening, outside, at the beach. Very versatile. Okay, so I paid $4.90 for this, which is a little more than I like to pay, but I knew it would sell because it is LL Bean and it's one of those functional type pieces of clothing. Took an offer of $23. My profit was $18.67. This is the Land's End swim dress. This actually sold on New Year's Day. So swimwear sells all year. I paid $3.57 for this at a thrift store. Took an offer of $25. Profit was $19.48. Here is another lot of vintage linens. I got this at the same place I got the other ones, an estate sale. I paid $6.50 and this sold for full asking price of $29.97 pretty quickly within a week or so. Here is a vintage windbreaker / track jacket. The brand is Casual Isle, and I think it's sold not so much because of the brand, but the style. It's vintage. Vintage clothing is not so much based on the brand, but the aesthetic. What does it look like? So this was free to me and it sold for full price of $29.97. My profit was $27.65. This is the Mr. Coffee Cocomotion hot chocolate maker. I paid $3 for this at a church thrift store. Took an offer of $40. Profit was $37.37. And yes, this is a BOLO. This was in my 2023 BOLO book. And this has been a BOLO for a very long time. I want to say like 10 years. You can see the price there is estimated around $100. And it does depend on if it's brand new in the box and what time of year it is. These do sell better in the fall and winter. So that is a found BOLO for you. Okay, this is some L'air du Temps lotion by Nina Ricci. This was in that perfume lot I have been talking about for a while now. I think I bought it back in December. Anyway, this was $16.71. Took an offer of $68. Profit was $41.86. So this is a category I am doing very well with. Fragrances and brand new health and beauty cosmetic type items because a lot of these have been discontinued or they're very hard to find or they're very expensive. So people are going to eBay to find these. So just remember, health and beauty, it must be new in the package, cannot be used. That includes fragrances unless you're just selling the container. So, empty perfume bottles, you can do that as a collectible, but you cannot sell them partially used. Yes, there are many, many listings for that, but it is against eBay policy, and you don't want to be the one who gets caught. So, just do eBay the right way. Okay, some more Lego base plates. I paid $15 for this lot. Took an offer of $65. Profit was $45.56. And here are some more horse ribbons. These were from the 1960s and 70s, so definitely vintage. I paid $25.74 for this lot of 45 horse ribbons and took an offer of $85. Profit was $53.15. Finally, I found a Le Creuset item. This is a butter dish. I paid $3 for this. It sold for $59.97 full asking price. Profit was $53.47. And this particular line has been discontinued. So this was on replacements.com for about $100. So I came in below that price on purpose because I only paid $3 for it. And so that was a win. Woolrich blanket. This was pre-owned. I paid $35 for this at an estate sale. Sold for full asking of $99.97. Profit was $55.84. I actually bought two of these. One was new with the tags, and I took an offer for that in December right before Christmas. I think it was $90. So it's interesting that the pre-owned one sold for more. Um, so yeah, new with tag isn't always the thing. Pre-owned holds value. Okay, here's another wig. The brand is Ellen Will. I paid $20.50 for this almost 2 years ago, and it finally sold for $91. Profit was $59.28. And the lady who bought it said that this was her first wig. She was going through chemo and was trying out some different wigs, and she was very excited to get this because it's a style she would wear, and she didn't want people to know she was wearing a wig. So I feel like what a win for everybody. I made a sale, and she got a product that will improve her life. Okay, Peter Max pillowcases. I paid $16.71 for these. Took an offer of $100. Profit was $71.45. Okay, this is a Samsonite leather soft-sided briefcase. I paid $3 for this at a church thrift store, and it sold for $89.97. Profit was $79.85, and it was not too hard to ship. It fit perfectly in a box I had, so no problem there. And I sold this designer perfume, Ivory de Balmain. Again, part of that lot, $16.71. It sold for $149.97, making my profit $111.89. Very happy with that. Okay, let's go over some numbers. I sold 84 items in January compared to 107 in December, so definitely sold fewer items. I now have 463 items in my store compared to 478 in December. So I'm keeping it between 450 and 475. That is about the rate I can keep listing items. I don't really have a goal in mind. I just keep listing high quality items and we'll see where that goes. And I'm also going to start tracking the dollar value of items in my store because, as I mentioned, I'm interested in shifting the types of items I sell and increasing the dollar amount of items I have so that I'm making more money. So, this is a number I'm going to start watching. Okay, my inventory cost for the items that sold in January was $522.61. So, yes, I am definitely paying more for items, but I'm tracking the profit to make sure it's worth my time. But I've just gotten away from thrift store shopping because it's too hard to find items anymore. They're picking over them and increasing the prices, and I'm just going in other directions. So I'm okay with spending more to get better items, more unique items, things I wouldn't even find in thrift stores. Compare that to the inventory cost in December was $360.85. Okay, another number I watch is the profit per item. In December, it was $24.17, and I was down a little bit in January, $21.89 profit per item. Now, that's an average across all my sales. So, yes, I had some duds. I had some things I took $10 for. That affects the entire calculation because it is an average. Okay, I had two returns. And the first one uh, didn't fit, so that's fine. She sent it back. What's interesting is that customer was located in Guam. So I was very surprised that she sent this item back from so far away, and she only paid $10 for it. So she spent about $7 to have it shipped there and the same amount to have it shipped back. So $14 investment and for nothing. Um, I just don't even know why she sent it back because she was just out $14 and has nothing to show for it. Anyway, the other item was those pillowcases that sold for $100, and there was a discrepancy about the size. And this customer kind of went overboard. She was sending me all these pictures of measurements, um, and it was my fault. I will say I was right in the middle of traveling back and forth to Atlanta to visit my ill father, and my mind just wasn't in the game, and I measured them wrong. So I'm human, things happen. But yeah, she went overboard. She sent me like 10 pictures of a yardstick showing that she was right and I was wrong, and I'm like, I don't even have to be wrong. If it doesn't work, just send it back. She was trying to prove that her return was legit, and you know I have returns on everything, so it really doesn't matter. But um, that one hurt. $100 item returned, but it's back for sale in my store, and I'll just charge a little bit more for it to cover the cost of that sale that did not work out. And remember, inads only hurt you if you don't address them and handle them. So everybody's like scared to death to get an INAD, and just handle it. It's not going to count against you. Take the return, do the partial refund, whatever it is that you can work out. It's the problem is if it just sits there unaddressed, then yeah, you get in trouble as a seller. And also, yes, buyers have figured out that if they claim it's an item not as described, they get free return shipping, and some buyers just manipulate the system to do that, even though the item was described perfectly. Anyway, yes, I will take responsibility for the error, and that just happens sometimes. Okay, listings. I listed 218 items in January. 140 of those were items that I ended and restarted, so I call those refreshed listings, just to give them a little bump in search and see if there's any new keywords I need to add, make sure all the item specifics are checked. Do I need to change the photo? I look at all that stuff when I refresh my listings. I listed 77 new items, meaning items that were not there before. And here are some items that I purchased and listed since the last sales update video. You can follow my store, Atlanta Golf Shop, if you want to check in and see what I'm up to, see what I'm listing. Just click the heart by Save Seller, and my store will go into your saved sellers under the My eBay tab. And I recommend you follow any sellers that you're interested in if they're selling the kinds of items you are selling or you want to sell. If they're successful and you see them on the Money Making Mondays or the $100 sales videos. And that's a great way to learn, is to watch what other people are doing. So you'll just go to the saved sellers under My eBay, and all of your sellers will be there. Okay, a few things I purchased and have listed. This is a vintage granny nightgown. It was $3.48 at Goodwill. I have it listed for $39.97, and I washed this in OxyClean to make it nice and shiny and white because sometimes it is tough to get those vintage items clean if they are white or beige or light colors. So this did come out very well. This was just a fun thing I found at Goodwill in one of those baskets. Hello Kitty snowboarding hat beanie. Hello Kitty's very popular even with adults. This was $3.44 and I just thought she was adorable. I have it priced at $29.97. I finally found some vintage Ralph Lauren. Not sheets, but these are the pillow shams. The set was $6.88 at a church thrift store. I have them priced at $59.97. They are vintage. They are hard to find. They are not made anymore. So we're going to hang out with that price and see what we get. More perfume. This is Falling in Love by Philosophy. I paid $11.75 for this at an estate sale. I have it priced at $39.97. And these were a total experiment. This is the Atom mask from the Beetlejuice movie. And I saw these at an estate sale and I just grabbed them and did not get a discount. So these were $20. I have it priced at just under 40. So not going to be a huge profit, but I have not sold Halloween masks before, so that's something that is lightweight, easy to ship, can be very unique, and they do sell all year for cosplay and theater and dress up day at school and all that kinds of stuff. So I have both of these from the Beetlejuice movie. This is the Barbara mask, and these are extremely horrible and frightening. I have them in a non-transparent tub in my eBay storage room because I don't want to go in there and have those eyeballs looking back at me and scare me to death because I forgot they were in there. Nobody needs to have a heart attack because you're looking through your eBay inventory. So, yeah, these are really, really horrible. But we'll see if I can make money on them. I can at least get my initial investment back, so I'm not worried about that. And I found this beauty at an estate sale. They had several stuffed animals from the 50s and 60s, so very old. And I'm a Leo, so I'm always attracted to the lion things. I'm the lioness. Um, anyway, I don't mind having him hang around for a while because he's so cute. This was $17 and I have it priced at $99.97. There were so many different ones when I was doing my research. It depends on, is it sitting? Is it lying? Does it have the mane? Um, how big is it? Does it have the glass eyes? Some of them have eyes that glow in the dark. So this research took me a little while to settle on a price. So we will see where that goes. And I bought a huge lot of Fisher Price Loving Family stuff. And it kind of sat there for a few weeks because once I had it in my hands, it was intimidating because there was so much of this itty bitty little stuff. So, this is one lot I did with just the people, the babies, and the pets. And some of the people can sell for $20 a piece. The grandparents are the most highly sought after, so they can sell for a lot. And there's different versions of the grandparents. So, like this right here in the green, that's a grandma, but it's the traditional one with the hair pulled back in the bun and the glasses and the cardigan sweater, and that one with the grandpa sells for a lot. But here are the lots of furniture that I have listed so far. Here we are in my eBay store, and I did a search for loving family so I could bring up all these listings. And this was quite a challenge because all these pieces are so tiny. And yes, they're priced differently based on what's in the lot. Some of the pieces have batteries and they either light up or play music or play sounds, like the kitchen lot that has the stove right here. This has a button on it, and it will make a sound like the tea kettle whistling or the phone ringing or a sizzling sound. So all of those, if they had a battery compartment on the back, I opened them up and figured out if they were going to work or not and tested them. So those pieces are going to sell for the most, the ones that do something. So that's why they're all different prices. But I really had a good time creating all these little vignettes of, like the nursery with the cribs and the family room with the TV and the kitchen with some fake food and refrigerator and all that stuff. So I've got 3 more lots to list. And then I have this van, and it makes sounds when you push this button here. It sings like 3 different songs, and then, of course, the people. So this was a new product for me to list, and once I get into it, it was fine, which is usually the way it goes when I have a big lot of something that seems overwhelming. It's just start, and you'll figure it out as you go along. So I think it came out to 12 lots of furniture, and each of the lots cost under $5. So this stuff is not made anymore. The Fisher Price Loving Family was a Toys R Us exclusive, and when Toys R Us went away, this stuff went away. So that's why you see it selling for so much money, is because if we've got the dollhouse and you need stuff to put in it, you can't just go to the store and buy it. It can only be bought through resellers. It may still be new in the package, but the point is that it's hard to find because it's discontinued. So yeah, this was a fun project, and I got a little carried away with making up all the rooms, but I enjoyed myself. Okay, this item I got at an estate sale, and it's a vintage suede poncho. Very interesting item. And it was $75, so I did pay up for that, but I've got it priced at 200. That's what this type of thing has sold for. So that was a lot of my comfort zone, but I went for it. And then this one was really out of my comfort zone, but I went for it also. Spider men's jacket. It also is a vest. The sleeves slip off, and it is new with tag. And these sell for like over $300 retail. So this was $100, and we'll see if I can double my money on that, because how easy is that going to be? Um, Better than selling a lot of smaller, lower priced items. Make that money on one item. So I'm trying to be like all those pros on the $100 sales video and get more expensive items. So, okay, that is what happened in January. I'm very happy with the results and looking forward to February with all these fun items I have purchased and listed, and there's more to come. I do have a little pile of stuff, but it's not huge. So, thank you for watching. Keep listing, stay positive, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.